We started OnePlus 3 years ago for a simple reason: to build an Android phone that we ourselves would want to use. To succeed, we had to get a couple of things right, and that was the inspiration behind our tagline, "Never Settle." We knew that there were people out there who felt the same way we did, but we had no clue our ideas would resonate with so many. The OnePlus One was our first big statement, and the initial response was overwhelming. We could barely keep up. And even though it was our first product, the OnePlus One sold over 1.5 million units. Following the OnePlus One, we created the OnePlus 2 and the OnePlus X, both products that received a lot of attention from all over the world. Next up were the OnePlus 3 and the 3T. We learned from the past, kept refining the product while keeping a close eye on feedback. The OnePlus 3T received an insane amount of awards and recognition, and was also our best product when it came to customer satisfaction. 1,281 days in the making, this is the OnePlus 5. It took us over 100 physical iterations to reach a design that was both functionally slim and visually stunning.
So, what we will be looking at when you first pick up your OnePlus 5? You will immediately notice how slim it is. At 7.25mm, the OnePlus 5 is the slimmest OnePlus flagship ever. Another feature that stands out is the alert slider on the left, which allows you to control how and when you are alerted right from your pocket using 3 notification profiles. Right below, you've got your volume rocker, the power buttons on the right, as is the SIM tray. On the front, you will find a 16-megapixel camera for crystal clear selfies and live streaming. If you look closely, you might also notice the speaker grill right here on the front. The fingerprint scanner unlocks your phone in just 0.2 seconds. On the bottom, you will notice that we ditched the 3.5mm headphone jack. The elegance of the overall design is instantly heightened. And who needs a headphone jack anyway? That's why Bluetooth exists, right? Just kidding. Of course the OnePlus 5 had a headphone jack. The USB Type-C connector is right here next to the headphone jack. All of the buttons and ports on the OnePlus 5 have been chamfered to fit in perfectly with the overall design. New crescent-shaped antenna, which you'll find right here. It's integrated in the edges of the device to ensure it's barely noticeable against the curvature. And finally, we've added the new dual camera hub to the top left of the OnePlus 5.
The OnePlus 5 has 2 camera sensors that work together to create a focal separation between faces and backgrounds. Like this. The secret to a sharp and clear low-light photo is getting enough light to the camera's sensor. The bigger the aperture, the more light a camera can capture. So it's a good thing the OnePlus 5 packs a large f1.7 aperture, because remember, when thinking about aperture, the smaller the number, the bigger the aperture. The OnePlus 5's dual camera system can shoot pictures at a higher resolution than any other smartphone camera around. When it comes to software, the OnePlus 5 camera has a pro mode with professional level tools to give you more control over your photos. So what can you control exactly? You can decide how much light gets in by changing the ISO or adjust the white balance to remove unnatural color contrast. Using manual focus, you can highlight what's important and make sure every shot is crisp by adjusting the shutter speed. You'll also find the new histogram in the upper right corner of your screen, which helps you gauge the exposure level of your photo and adjust the brightness. And if you'd like
charging technology, the phone can get hot, charging slow, and the dash charge means the power meter gets away from the phone to the battery. The phone stays cool, charging remains consistent, even when you're using the phone. Dash charging is faster, versatility, and simple. It looks like the OnePlus 5 and Samsung last 10 days. Storage is based on UFS 2.1 dual lane technology, which ensures that transferring files is consistently smooth. In the past, we could only use one lane to transfer data, but by adding a second lane, we got twice as much bandwidth. And in day-to-day use, this means that reading and writing files is up to 50% faster.
Oxygen OS, we thought of Android as a starting point rather than a destination. Whites are incredibly wide, even in warm lighting. With the OnePlus 5, we've added an ambient sensor that can detect the color temperature and brightness of the environmental light and calibrate the display automatically to match the light around it. Through grayscale mapping and by filtering out blue light, reading mode provides a more natural and functional
$479 in the US and €499 in Europe. For our friends over in Europe and North America, you'll be able to pre-order the OnePlus 5 right after the end of this event at oneplus.net. Through our limited early drop event, you'll be able to get your phone before everyone else. You'll also have access to limited launch offers.